Welcome in everybody, good evening. Today we will be starting our work on this beautiful bust. I can't remember who sculpted it, but I'll make sure to look for it and you can find it in the description. It was an absolute pain in the dick to clean. The supports were everywhere and they're still on the model. After priming, they only became visible. So I'll be cleaning it up as we go. The idea I had for this one was to make it like a demon type of lady. We can't see her face, so we don't know what she exactly looks like. All we know is that she's having a really good time because it was only after I started priming her that I saw that, you know, she's probably very excited. But regardless of that, because she's a demon lady, we're gonna focus on leather. We're gonna do the skin a mystical color, and I'm thinking of going purple up to blue, making hard shadows. So a lot of dark spots underneath, making sure that the light comes from up top. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to paint around the chest area because of everything in the way. But you know, as we go from the innermost areas out to the outermost areas, we'll probably manage that. Yeah. The bone will be traditionally bone colored. I think that would be kind of dope. Contrasts nicely with a demon looking skin, blue purplish skin. Sort of like Illidan-like from World of Warcraft. The horns will be a regular color and then a nice warm brown to emulate the leather bag over her head. As we say in Holland, this is probably a P-L-O-R-K. Google that yourself, what that means, but so yeah, not a lot of work in this one, but we'll manage regardless. We'll start sketch now and go from there. We'll start off with a nice bright and dark purple color. For this one, for the purples, I will be using Thailand 502's purple, dark violet. Not only does this taste good, don't lick your brushes, but you know, sometimes I get a little bit of residue in there. This also is has some nice coverage and is very pigment rich. So good. Sorry. Started. As this is part of a series, I will not be using the palette cam. With all the practice that we had over the course of the past few months, it's a nice challenge for yourself to just start, commence, and see what happens, and you know, make it look good. So let's start off. I did a little bit of Zenithal priming because that tends to be my go-to for basically anything that I do. Not only does it help with discovering what parts of the model are visible, like it brings out the details, but it also helps a lot with the spotting anything that is probably part of the sculpture in a certain way, but doesn't necessarily strike you as being something different if you haven't added another color, if that makes any sense. So it'll always help you catch the minute details on a model, at least for me. It's not something that you need to do, but it makes deciding on what to paint what color a lot easier. At least for me it does. Of course, if you have your own way of doing that, feel free to do it whichever way. One thing you really gotta understand about miniature painting is that there's a lot of experimentation going on by a lot of people, and everybody kind of discovers their own way of how to approach things. That's also my idea behind this. I don't really necessarily want you to copy me one-on-one, but I just want to add to your tool case of ways to approach certain challenges. Yes, I feel like the best way to learn in general is just to see somebody else do it, copy their styles, their way of doing things, and then slowly developing your own approach to basically anything, especially in the creative endeavors. There's like a multitude of ways to achieve effects and discover certain things, mostly by just doing it. Well, what I'll be doing is I'll be mixing purple in. It can be a little bit rough at this stage of the process, as at least in my approach, you'll always have an eye on different details due to the zenithal highlighting. We'll just start off with purple, and we're going to build that skin color up to blue. Doing details on this skin though will be a little bit of a pain because there's a lot in the way of a lot of the upper skin. But hey, we'll manage regardless, right? Let me grab another light. I forgot to bring it to where it needs to be after priming. There you go. Extra light. And we'll be adding this layer twice, just to make sure that we got like nice coverage. And as I have said so in the past, as I will keep doing so in the future, you don't need it to achieve perfection by painting this. You want to achieve learning. So once it is done, you want to look back at it and be like, I like how it looks. However, I think I can do XYZ better. With that mental approach, especially to mini painting, you will always be kind of eager to go to like a next part in the process. At least it works that way for me. I always get excited to do something new, to try other things after I've done a model where I've challenged myself to do other stuff. Now, I do want you to know that the actual like broad strokes of the plan is just, I want to start off with a purple layer and build it up to blue. That's about it. The rest of it we'll discover as we go. We want to contrast a bit of color, have different tones, different color choices. Speak with one another. Warm, cold, high contrast, low contrast. As you already might have noticed, I kind of do this section-wise, compartmentalize the model a little bit. Just cover the entire thing. I compartmentalize the model as well to make sure that one, I get a nice coverage, and two, I do not pull off too much paint when touching areas that I've already painted. I always keep my brush a little wet to make sure that that the paint comes off nicely. Making sure that I do not have to work like extremely hard in order to apply the paint from the brush onto the model, especially around her chest area. Do not have a lot of space to work with. It's not very clear what is what, but just using my imagination. In the end, there's so much going on there, you know. We'll manage regardless. This goes around the back, so we'll leave that as is. Okay, we've got some ears back here. It seems like the skin underneath the hood by the ears is visible as well, so we'll apply it over there. Go. A little bit of the inside of the arms that I skipped. Now we go back to the back where we started. We sketch out another layer. Sketch. Yeah, this is the base layer, so again, we're not working for perfection here. What I'll be doing with this one is we're gonna do the entirety of the skin first to make sure that once we start doing the bone and the leather and stuff, we minimize the risk of having to paint into places where we can't reach it anymore. Because if we do the skin part way and we go towards doing the bones, anything underneath the bones in the chest area will be underneath and in the way. So we'll be building up those layers simply by starting off with the skin, finishing up the skin fully, and slowly building up the leather. And then we'll start building up the bones. A little bit of water to the paint I have on my palette to make sure that it's nice and wet, because it's heavy body acrylics. It's quite, you know, thick paint. Okay. Now we move back to this arm. There will be some dents and dimples in her skin due to the fact that the supports were in really awkward places. We can integrate that into the paint job. Paint with the model. Trying to make sure I'm showing you everything. Well, I mean, I still got my pants on, obviously, but on the other hand, that's also for you to guess. I'm using a bit of an older brush because having to stab a model like I'm doing now in between those areas on her chest is kind of detrimental because you don't really have control of what you're touching over there. There we go. And now we let the purples fully dry. You can use a hair dryer. I'm just gonna let it dry naturally. So we waited for the model fully dry. As you can see here, a nice purple layer. Nice purple skin layer. And as you can see, the zenithal comes through a bit. So the top is a bit more shiny. This is because there's a white layer beneath it. What we'll be doing now is we'll be mixing a little bit of blue into the purples. I think Cantor brown or Cantor blue will be a little bit too hefty, a little bit too dark. But I think Tickless blue, quite nice. We'll be mixing in a little bit of blue into a little bit of purple. Sorry there, I dropped my brush. Happens sometimes. Yeah. So Tickless blue, we're gonna mix that in with the Optiline Fiber 2 Deep Violet. We'll just see what that mixture does. I'll show you on my glove what it looks like, or what the depth of the color is that I'm looking for. We'll see what happens. Let's experiment, you know? Let's discover things together. I like discovering things. I'm just putting both these paints on my palette. I have a freedom of grabbing a little bit from one and a little bit from another until I find a color that I'm happy with. And I'll just start off with a 1 by 1. So $1 purple, $1 of blue. Mix those two together, see what the color does. I'll show you what the mixture looks like once I have a nice mixture going. I'll show you like the originals as well. I'm kind of looking for a little bit of extremity into the blue. was my chair. There we go. Now, the original purple looks like this on my glove. You can see it's quite thick actually. Then we have Techless Blue on its own, which looks like this, quite bright. Put it next to the other. And then we have a mixture of the two, a 3-to-1 ratio, which looks like this. I like this one as well because it comes close to another color that I want to push towards, which is Calgar Blue. And I think it looks nice with this one that we've achieved here. So yeah, I'm gonna be painting up the bright spots. This again is just a sketch, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna respect the tonnage of the muscle underneath. So basically, it's just the length of the arm, because the muscle would move in that direction, right? The tendons, the muscle. Breast can be a little bit challenging with the with how it's positioned underneath the bone, but it's also a nice guide of how to place your shadows underneath. You can just roughly sketch this on. We'll smoothen out the transitions later, don't worry too much about that. But we do want to respect how the light basically brightens up any and all skin towards the top areas. The area around the face, I don't know if this is leather or not. I think it is around her necklace, so you could in your case you can skip this area here, to be fair. Over the shoulder and the angle of her shoulder. This one I'm gonna go a little bit less far down due to the fact that I would catch more shadow. And then we have her upper arm, the back, the front, and then over here by her breasticle. Here by her breasticle. Here you can see what the colors look like when they're dried. So you have an idea of what we're working with. Now there would be shadow up here, but over here, start paint down a little bit. Here the belly goes down again, so it won't go as far down. Over here on the hips, lower stomach, some bright spots again. Abdomen. And over here by her hips again. There you go. We have her face, lips, and chin. I'm gonna grab another brush for that. You don't really have to, as long as your tip is sharp, you know. It don't really matter. You have her nose. Now, as you can see here, I left a little bit of support printing on her nose, but what we'll be doing with that later down the line is probably just make something gold or metal looking out of that. Now, because she's a demon, you could accentuate her muscles if you want, and her boobas. Kind of depends on what you are looking for. It is your model after all, so. Now, just be adding a little bit of color to some of the areas to make sure that we get a nice coverage. And then we'll go even brighter, and then we'll slowly start blending down all those colors together to get like a nice skin tone. In the beginning, I was thinking of doing something with like a light source coming from the front. I also kind of want to make this an achievable model for who signed up to the Patreon later. Now, I will add a little bit of Techless Blue to the mixture that I already had, which was a 3:1 ratio. I'm just gonna brighten up the blue bits a little bit. And then especially up here. The biggest challenge in this one was not learning how to do skin, but mainly to focus on how to do the leather. Do a bit of a different looking skin. And basically what you want to do now is color within the previous surfaces that you've put down. It is such a shame that this model has so much in the way of achieving greenness, because I think this looks... The idea behind this one is absolutely beautiful. I like this mysterious hooded figure. And I mean, if you're working with a different color, you can basically use the same approach. And as you can see already, the skin is becoming more readable. Ignore the bits over here around her chest. I feel like this is like a leather collar protection, maybe from the bone protruding her skin. I don't know. I'm not a fantasy expert. Now I take a smaller brush. I added 1 or 2 dollops of Techless Blue again. We'll be painting within those previous boundaries again. There we go. Brightening up the skin even more. And again, no perfection, but because we're going to glaze all those layers together in a minute. But stay within your previous layers / colors. I'm just thinking of Avatar painting this color, but you know, If I've known this from the get-go, I wouldn't have gone this way, obviously. Obviously. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Down here, you don't have to be too detailed. You know, we're gonna look at their abdomen. Unless that's your thing, obviously, then feel free to do so. A little bit over here. The rest is just shadow work, so leave it as it is. Or I would leave it as it is. A little bit of dotting on the nose, a little bit above the lip. The rest would be in the shadow, so we'll leave it as is. We'll do the lips another color, but you can already see like all the lines popping out and coming beautiful, you know. Now, we're gonna make a glaze out of that mixture that you still have. This is just my quick approach to getting some nice colors in, just prepping smaller layers. Paint, skin, you name it. And with a glaze, I basically mean like this consistency. It's very thin. We're just gonna paint it across the entirety of the model. We want these colors to like blend in properly. Not too many hard shadows. We'll brighten it up still a little bit, but kind of want subtle transitions, or subtle out the transitions, I should say. Still some hard shadows here and there. Down here in your stomach, for example, the surface area of her stomach would catch way more shadow, or I mean light, than, for example, the area underneath her boobs, breasticles. I'm just using the same paint mixture that I did to brighten up the entirety of the skin. We'll keep brightening this up. I just want to start getting some transition colors in already. Just paint into the areas that you've already painted. Make sure you don't pull it anywhere. This is basically the angle that I'm thinking the light is coming from. So over here, there's still too deep a transition within the skin. Over here on her breast as well. Over here by her armpit area as well. Just make sure your previous layer is dry. Add a little bit of glazing to it. Just soften up the transition. I'm gonna make it even more blue in a minute. The reason you wanna let it dry nicely is to make sure that you do not pull off the paint that you've applied previously. And doing this with a glaze will basically mask some of the transitions more simple, more easily. Is this the best way? Obviously not. Right? Skin isn't our main focus on this one, but you know, there's always this drive in me to at least make it look believable and subtle. Try to keep an eye out for the shape. Respect the shape, respect the shadows, respect you've previously applied. Because this is a glaze, if it's a good glaze, can't really go wrong. Especially if you leave your paints into the areas that have been painted strongly. Around the face, the area is so small, we're just going to leave it as is. As you can see here, it's very rough. We're not done yet. Doing another layer of glaze. And this is about the thickness that I'm looking for. It's very thin. There's a bit of blue in there. But applying multiple layers will give us a little bit of wiggle room Make some mistakes here and there. This is, we're going to be brightening it up. It should help more. We're going to help that transition as well. Now brushing from the shadow area down to her stomach to make sure that you'll always deposit a little bit more paint where you leave your brush. We kind of want to leave that brush to this lower area around her abdomen. You want that the colors to be visible but not to dominate when you look at it. Right, now this is in place. We'll be grabbing Calgar blue. We'll start adding a little bit of that to our palette. I'm going to use a tiny brush, or small brush. Mine is a 1 by, what was it again? Da Vinci? Da Vinci? Just to show you some. This is quite bright. So we're going to mix in a little bit of purple. Pull those colors together with the base color that we applied. So it'll translate to one another a little bit more easy. I'm going to use smaller quantities than my previous one. This again really can't go wrong unless you let the purple dominate the mixture too much. You're gonna have a bad time. So you want to make it lean more towards the Calgar blue than towards the purple. And because we've added multiple dollops of Techless blue to our previous mixture, it's gonna be quite a quite a lot of Calgar blue in opposition to the Techless blue. Now what I'm noticing here is that it's not getting as bright as I want it to be. So what I'll be doing is I'll be taking a little bit of Baharoth blue, which is this one, and I'll be mixing it in to brighten it up. I'm not using white because I want to stay away from the white during this paint job. This should brighten up this mixture nicely. Almost greenish, but I feel like it will add to the a bit of the mysticism around this model, right? You could go even brighter if you want with other paints. When it comes to Citadel, you could add some what's it called? Blue Horror? No? There's one. There's some brighter blues that you could use in the mixture. Make it easier. Oh, got my brush again. Nice. So now we have a bit of a subtler, bright color, which I'm more of a fan of. It leans a little bit closer to the Techless blue, but it is nice and bright. We're going to be adding that to the skin. again, we're going to stay within the colors that we added previously because we do not want this to dominate too much, but we do want it to be visible. Sort of like highlight function, like a highlight. I might have added a little bit too much water to the mixture, so I'll just add the brush to the paint to my brush and then dip a little bit off onto my piece of paper. Again, not perfection, just readability. It's perfect on the nose. It's gonna be like small drops. Try not to overdo it. We'll just do the top. We're gonna start glazing now. As you can see, it's already like popping out a bit more. Now, the rest of the model isn't painted, so by definition it looks a little bit messy, but we're gonna clean it up by just glazing like crazy, you know? Make it really nice and thin. Put quite some bright colors in there with the borrowed blue. So we kind of want to be easygoing with it. It's very thin, so we're going to brush it into the highlights that we've added. So. You basically want to feather out the edges a bit. And with this one, the shoulder, I would act upon it like this way. This will also brighten up the surrounding area a little bit. As you can see here, it kind of smudged, but it doesn't really matter. We can clean that up as we go. It's going to take a little bit more time to layer that out. And with this one, it's just the surrounding area. And make sure you stop your brush in the thick covered area that we've placed earlier, basically. So you want to drop your brush off within that area to make sure that you've that any brightness from that little dot on the tip of your brush remains within that previously highlighted area. And this is also just an eye thing, so you kind of want to keep an eye on how the transition looks. Now over here it's still sharp, so we're going to keep adding to it. A little bit of air on there. We go over the same areas. And then for the top shoulder again, we go from the edge over here into the area that is brightest. And then from the top again over here into the area that is brightest. This will mask the transition a little bit easier. You could also do this fast, like we did the previous layers. I kind of want to make it look nice, you know? Have the colors pop a little bit unnatural. I mean, she is like a demon type of lady, or wants to look like a demon type of lady, right? So we have to respect that. And with these layers especially, you kind of want to let it dry nicely. That way you know exactly where where you need to add, how it dries, where you need to subtract. You can always go back to your previous layers as well if you mess up. Just remember any of the mixtures that you made. How much of what, where'd you apply it, stuff like that. A little bit here on that shoulder. There you go. I'm gonna let this dry. We apply another layer in a second. The magical art of editing. I have grabbed a drink and the paint is dry. So we'll be adding another layer to this model to brighten up the spots, blend them together a little bit more. Make them look extra juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, hey man.
What up?
How'd you join in?
I just snuck in here while you were getting a drink.
How's life?
Life is pretty good. Getting a new chair this Sunday. Got a barbecue Saturday.
Did you get your new PC already?
Yeah, I did.
Can you drive it to work as well, or?
Sadly, no. No, for how much I paid for it, I mean, it's basically a down payment on my car.
Really?
Yeah.
I am.
But, I like it. It does what it's supposed to do.
Nice. Well, congrats.
Yeah.
What have you been working on lately?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I need to actually go and look at my spray paint that I have real quick. Because I need to go prime models, and I think it's an okay day to prime models.
Okay, then.
And if it isn't, I'm just going to break out the airbrush and say, fuck it.
Airbrush.
Airbrush. Oh, that's an empty can of white spray paint. So yeah, I'm destined to fail. I'll have to order some spray paint. Or break out the airbrush. Do I even have primer that would work right now?
Choices.
No. I don't have any white primer. But I do need to start putting my models away. So I'm gonna do that while you do this.
Alright.
Gotta put them in a box.
In the box.
In the box they go. But I'm gonna be cool and put a little bit of bubble wrap at the bottom so they don't fucking die.
Die even.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta clean my desk because I got some monitor arms coming in today.
Nice.
Yeah. There's so much. So many little dudes. So little time.
Always. I have
But I've been playing a lot of games.
Obviously, you got a new PC.
Yeah. Cyberpunk. You see that frame rate that I showed you?
Yeah, it was very nice, dude.
I was like, wait a second, hold on. Hold up. I had to rerun that benchmark. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Because I had frame generation on. So the new that new hotness, that new AI frame generation hotness that they use.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, I was like, excuse me, hello? Like, was this my computer?
What is this black magic?
Yeah, I was like, this is voodoo.
Voodoo.
Yep. Yeah, man, I really been trying to. I think I'm gonna get into some this month. I'm just gonna really work on my bolt action stuff. Try to get that all painted.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to. I've been really neglecting going out and playing with the boys.
With the boys?
Yeah, with the boys. So neglecting that has been a little sad on my end. I've been wanting to really play some vote action, yeah. Especially because the U.S. got all their new rules and everyone got their new rules. British are getting their new rules like next month. So it'll be fun to see what everyone throws at the table.
Well, the hoo-ha's about.
Yep, I got a couple lists that my friends like. Can you not bring that? And I'm like, no, I'm bringing it.
I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna make you cry, little bitch.
Yeah, he's like, can you not bring the King Tiger that basically I can't pen with any of my tanks? And I'm like, maybe I'll bring 2. And he's like, I just like you. I'm like, you just like me now. What about in a week? When the game's over. And then I've been playing the Dark Tide got a new update.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, dude, it is so fun.
I've never
the new DLC
played
with
it,
the new
actually.
class. Oh my, okay, so you played Vermintide, yeah?
It's the Arbites class, right? Arbites?
Yeah, the Arbites class is hilarious, dude. Your dog, you can set it to only kill elites, and it'll just, like, there's so many people playing Arbites that you get a full team of them, and so you get 4 players and then 4 AI dogs.
It's basically six bodies.
It's 8 people, and they're just like, man, we're gonna kill. You just set the dogs to kill elites. You don't even have to worry about elites anymore. Like, legit, you don't have to worry about them at all. Like, the elites just you're kind of like, hey, the puppy just tore its face off.
I've played Vermintide. I got into that way too late.
Yeah.
The game was basically already dying when I started playing it.
It got free DLC and an update this year.
Recently? Really?
Yeah.
Easy.
That's what I said. I was like, wait, what?
I got the talk today about my contract and what I'll be earning.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Oh, is it good earnings or?
Dude, for 3 days a week, so that's 8, 16, 24 hours a week.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good. It's a good work week.
Yeah, I earn almost 2,200 euros after taxes.
That's not bad a week.
Yeah. No, a month. Sorry,
a month. I was like, fuck, 2,200 a week? What the hell?
No, a month.
I was like, Daddy?
And then I also get all the, school holidays.
Yeah.
Which, and I'm gonna start earning immediately from August.
Fuck yeah.
And then they're gonna check whether or not I'm fit to teach. So.
Right.
And then in February, my studies start.
Dude, I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for me.
Isn't it dope? I mean, sad you won't be able to you won't be able to stream as much, but.
Well, I wrote up a message in regards to the Patreon.
Right, I heard you were gonna pause it.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I can actually, take my time to settle in.
So you can focus on,
but I'm actually thinking of just the whole streaming thing. keep doing that because basically.
Do it on your days off.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or in the evenings when I'm at home.
Yeah. Become a nighttime streamer. Become the brush with the dog.
Yeah, a brush after dark. No pants required.
Wait, what? No pants? What? In this economy?
So yeah, that's basically
Good
what
job.
I'm be going for.
Nice. Okay, put these guys over there. Put this giant ass box up here in the shelf. I need more shelves. Jesus fuck.
Giant ass box.
Yep.
Thick ass box.
Basically, I'm in a big ass fucking recliner Sunday, so
The Rhino's hide is dead.
yeah, it's like a $1,200 recliner. They're like, we've had it for a few years. It looks brand new.
Nice.
I'm like, how much do you want for it? $250. I'm like, sold.
He's mine now.
I'll be
thank
there
you.
Sunday. What's up?
He's mine now. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, oh, so gracious of you. This is mine.
Gracious.
Yeah.
Golly, my boy.
Man, some of my stuff has. Man, my model boxes are getting dust on them now because I haven't touched them in so long.
Paint more, game less, my dude.
Yeah, I need to, honestly. Really badly.
I'm now on my 4th or 5th playthrough of Cyberpunk.
Of the Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Nice. New DLC coming out soon?
They postponed the release date.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out tomorrow, but they've said like, we cannot get it to the quality where we want it, so we're going to take our time a little bit longer.
Hell yeah, love it when they do that.
And it'll be of the same basically scale and level of 2.6, I believe, 2.2.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah. So exciting times.
Very. And we need a whole nother shelf for bolt action. Because if one shelf is already taken up by one faction, another shelf is going to be taken up by another. I could probably get rid of the 40k shelf. I only really plan to play Kill Team, and I'm going to have 2 teams, and that's it.
Kill Team.
I don't even know if I'm going to play Kill Team, honestly.
I do gotta disappoint though. I really gotta bounce at 11. So in like.
That's okay, man.
Due
That's
to
fine.
my girlfriend working tomorrow and me looking after the
Little ones?
little goober. Yeah, making sure
The
he's still
goobers? Yeah, that scared me. Like, when you said he was, like, getting that sick, I was like, It's really that often? Like, I felt like it was back to back.
It's basically back to back. He's getting sick,
Yeah, that's scary.
and that 6th disease like really messed him up.
Yeah.
Well, luckily he's doing all right now again. Like he's doing fine. A little bit of a cough still, but he's a happy little camper.
Yeah. And for me, I'm glad I got over that fucking cough, and then I found out what was wrong with my mom's cough, and we were really pissed with the doctor.
Why? What was wrong with your mom's cough?
Well, her side effect for a blood pressure medication is severe cough.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And the doctor didn't even think. The doctor that put her on the medication did not even think of being like, "Oh, the medication I put you on. Oopsies."
Okay, that's kind of weird.
She had to She had to go to a whole different doctor and be like, "Yo, what's wrong with me?" So.
But it's solved now.
That doctor. Yeah, it's solved. She doesn't cough at all.
Okay,
When she coughs every once in a while because of dust and we have allergies here.
Yeah.
Really bad. So.
Okay, yeah, that figures.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Well, 6 months of pain and suffering. You know. Like, what the fuck?
Well, at least you guys got answers.
Yeah. Ooh, almost tore off his sword. Let's put you over there.
An innuendo, or?
No, no, I moved my pill bottle and it hit my Space Marine captain and his sword almost snapped.
Alright, I'm just checking.
Oh, so much better. I had some sad news happen the other day.
Wow, what happened?
One of my club members had a stroke.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he's doing okay now. But he is eating right now through straws and drinking through straws and stuff. So and his work is only going to give him 8 weeks of pay
How old is
to
this
recover.
guy?
Probably in his 30s or 40s.
How the fuck do you have a stroke at that age, dude?
I have no fucking clue. That's what I want to know.
Diabetes.
Unless he had prior medical issues
Oh, yeah.
that, you know, I'm not privy to. So, and you know what? It's not any of my business, but I am worried about him. Because he was a good dude.
Yeah, fucking sucks when that happens, to be fair.
It really does. There's that. Today I get to clean my desk. That's not gonna be fun.
Le desk.
I got most of the garbage out, but I think I'm gonna ditch this desk mat, the cloth desk mat, because I just ruined them.
You have a
They just
what?
get frayed. You know mouse pads. I have a desk size one,
Yeah.
and it's really nice, and I just end up ruining it because it gets frayed.
Frayed?
Yeah, frayed. You know how the edges fray?
Yeah, but what did you do to get it frayed?
It's just wear and tear.
Okay. How old is it?
It's probably about a year or two now.
Doesn't sound like good quality.
No, he switched. The person I bought it for, I talked to him. He switched manufacturers after
Okay.
after this round because he was like, I'm not happy with the the quality, and I'm like, I am not happy with the quality either. And it's like, yeah.
I got a
So.
Steel Series one in 2009.
God, it's still fucking going.
Yeah, never. Even my mouse.
Jesus.
Even my mouse is from 2009. Still going strong.
Dude, I might switch. I'm looking for new keyboards and stuff. maybe I'll look at Steel Series.
I think it's quality stuff, dude.
Because I was gonna go Razer, because I have a Razer mouse headset right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Steel Series. Oh, brother. Oh shit.
What's going on?
The prices.
Oh, it's expensive, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know you'll get quality.
Yeah, that's what matters.
My opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said, like, I don't really believe in consumerism. So whenever I spend money on anything, I'd rather spend €100 more, knowing that the product life is basically an ending,
Right.
than buy cheap and knowing that I'll have to buy something new within, like, a year or something like that. I'll give it a time frame.
I will say Corsair's gotten pretty good too.
Yeah, Corsair is also good quality. The good quality.
Well, I really would like to go away from Razer as much as possible because I dislike their program. I dislike their software.
Oh yeah.
But I have that. I like their mouses. I like their Nagas from when I play MMOs.
But do you need their software in order to?
For my headset, I do, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, understandable.
Because otherwise, it sounds like I'm in a tin can.
Tin.
Yep, tin can.
How are you liking where this one is going?
That looks fucking awesome.
It's kind of rough, but I feel like get the colors in and it will smoothen out. Did you order this one from Horde as well?
I believe I ordered them all.
Really?
Yes.
And this one is
not from Horde, but from Flamingo.
Oh yeah, from Flamingo. Yeah. Oh, this one is an absolute pain in the dick to clean.
Oh boy.
Unless Flamingo did it for you, then you know.
He might have. I have it in a box, and it's wrapping still somewhere.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Brother.
Dude, I have so much shit around me right now. Because when I moved rooms, I basically, we were in the middle of this. We were in the middle of doing this stuff. So I kept anything I wasn't actively working on still packed. That way, if when I move shit around, it wouldn't, smash it.
Yeah, understandable. Understandable, man. Dude, it was so good to stream again this morning, bro.
Dude, you looked so fucking happy.
I was having such a good time. Didn't expect there to be so many, for it to be as active as it was. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, but you had a hell of a good time.
Good laughs.
Yeah.
Our queen mimicked Donald Trump's mouth movement during his visit
Oh,
to
no.
NATO. Yeah. funny though.
Yeah. Just everything happening right now is fucking. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, can we just like stop bombing something or shooting someone for like 5 minutes?
It's just so weird that they chose to join Israel in an attack on Iran. Iran.
So, yeah, because we were saying we're not going to do it, we're not going to do it, we're not going to do it, and then all of a sudden we did it.
Yeah.
My only theory behind that is that we had actual intel that Iran was pushing really hard to make a nuclear weapon.
The thing is, though, they were in the middle.
That was my only theory.
Yeah, but the issue is that they were in the middle of talks about the nuclear proliferation that the U.S. and Israel go out of. I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of like dirty money being swapped.
Dude, of course there is, 100%. And I've 100% come to the conclusion that there'll be no such thing as a good politician, because after looking at all of them, honestly, and looking at who finances them and who backs them and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, it's all money based. It's 1,000% money based, and it's disgusting.
And there's also this weird thing now on Reddit. You've got all these pages dedicated to the trading behaviors of U.S. politicians.
Yeah, that's kind of a little scary for me. I mean, it's scary and hilarious because you're like, ooh, I get to see what ooh.
It's hilarious. Yeah, but it also just it gives you the opportunity to trade the same way.
It does. It really does.